two that stand out that I'm going to talk to him about today. Ladies and gentlemen, Sachin Tendulkar. You started 1989, he started 1996, so you'd been around for a long time when he came. And then you saw VVS Lakshman coming up, and what did you think when you first saw him?
First of all, I'm really honored to be here. So thank you so much for inviting me, Lex.
So that's how modest he is and always been.
Truly one of the nicest cricketers I've come across, and someone who has always respected elders and earned respect from youngsters and people around him. And that doesn't happen on its own. We don't have his parents around here with us right now in Mumbai, but I would like to, say a big thank you to both of them for bringing him up so nicely. And of course, you have your beautiful family here. And my impression about Lakshman, I think the first time I met him and actually spent a little bit of time was in Nottingham, if I'm not mistaken. You came with Amol Muzumdar to meet us in the hotel, and we met very briefly in the lobby. And then after that, in 1997, when we went to South Africa.
You were captain then?
I was a captain, and Lakshman was there in the team. I still remember in Johannesburg, Lakshman got hit on his knuckle and he broke his finger. And in those days, dressing room was slightly different. Lakshman was sitting right in the corner, hiding his face, facing the wall. And I went to him, Lakshi, kya ho raha hai? So when I looked at him, his eyes were red, they were watery. So I said, Lakshman, you are too good a player not to come back in the team. With all these injuries and all that, they keep happening, and this is not sure, I'm sure it's not your first injury, and it wouldn't be your last injury, because we are supposed to and expected to take blows, and if you're unlucky, then you end up breaking fingers also. But he had shown a lot of talent, lot of promise on that tour. Something that fascinated me was his wrist work and time to play. When you looked at Lakshman, it was hard to figure out whether the bowler was bowling at 90 miles an hour or 82 miles an hour. I mean, he had that finesse. And then, the conversation went on for 10 minutes or so, and I told him, Lakshman, मुझे पता है कि you want to stay here in South Africa, because he was asked to go back to India. And I could see that on his face, that, he was worried. He didn't want to leave that battlefield. For us, he was an integral part of the team, though he was, as I call it, youngster. But he was an integral part of our team. I genuinely didn't want him to go back. And he was also prepared to take injections and all sorts of things. मगर मुझे इस टूर पे रहने दो. Whereas I've heard lot of stories कि जहाँ पे cricketers पहले ground पे गए हुए हैं, they have seen the wicket and suddenly they have fallen sick. So here was an exception, and that was my first experience with Lakshman, जिसने हाथ टूटने के बाद भी wanted to continue.
And then you came back, 97 happened, 98 happened, and suddenly you're in Sharjah, you're playing against Australia, there's big desert storm innings, and you're at the non-striker's end from Tendulkar, and you turn down a single and he shouts at you. The only time, or did it happen more often?
Twice it happened.
Twice?
So I'll talk about the Desert Storm match, but Sachin reminded about that Joburg incident, 1997. I was desperate to establish myself in the Indian team. I got my opportunity in the second test match at Cape Town, and then the third test match. In the fourth while playing Klusener, I got fractured. I don't know what Ali Rani did. It was it was established that I had to go back to India. And all my teammates, and all of them senior, coming and consoling me, saying that, you're a good player, you can always come back, But my dream was to be in the Indian team. My dream was to score runs for Indian team. Sachin didn't come. And once everyone left, I still remember Sachin coming into the room, and in which I also write in the book. So I had a coffin, the cricket kit bag. And on the cricket kit bag, there was a photograph of Shirdi Sai Baba. I'm an ardent devotee of Shirdi Sai Baba. So in that, after seeing that photograph, Sachin says that you're a believer in follower of Shirdi Sai Baba. Even I am a follower of Shirdi Sai Baba. And remember that whoever believes in Shirdi Sai Baba and whoever is committed to the game, he will never let you down. I know you're disappointed, but this is your strength. As it rightly mentioned, these are the exact words which it just now told, that there are a lot of players who actually will be happy leaving a tough tour like South Africa. But you don't want to go. You want to stay back here and you want to face the challenge, because we lost both the test matches. We lost in Durban, we lost in Cape Town, and it was a ferocious South African bowling lineup. And the way he tapped my shoulder, the way he gave me the confidence, and he told that this attitude never ever change, because this attitude will make sure that you will have a successful career. Tours will come, tours will go, performances will come, performance may not come. But this attitude is something which is exemplary, and I want you to continue having this attitude. So that was a great message for me. At that time, the more he talked, the more I was weeping, the more I was crying, because quite an emotional person, didn't want to leave the game. Now coming to the Desert Storm match, what a seat I had in the house.
You were at the other end.
Yeah, just like this, but he was not as friendly as he is now. He was in a zone, as we call, there's a term we always use, that sports person, when they're at their best, they're in a zone. They just remove all the distractions. There's nothing in their mind but just focusing on the ball and reacting to the ball which comes their way. And he was in a zone. The only thing which was in his mind was Indian team has to qualify for the finals. We were in a tough position. We lost wickets. I was number 6. I don't know why I batted at number 6 in 1 day. But and then Sachin was there, and he single-handedly, because he knew that I was not the one who was going to get a 50, I was not the one who was going to get 100. If Indian team had to qualify for the finals, it was only he who could do that. And I believe that game, because I believe in Almighty, I believe in the supernatural power, and the Desert Storm match, there was blessings from the Almighty. Throughout his career, he's been blessed. And he's been born to play the game of cricket, but the kind of zone he was in, that's something which is unimaginable. And I was at the receiving end. He didn't even realize that he was actually shouting at me. And then when the match finished...
But why did he shout at you?
As always, I didn't take the single. and he wanted to take the strike, and it happened second time. The second time, it was in Bangalore. I don't know whether Sachin remembers or doesn't. Sachin actually remembers. Sachin remembers all his dismissals. And it was in Bangalore, the 2001 series against Australia. He was very close to his 10,000 runs, which he eventually got in the third ODI at Indore. And then I still remember Michael Bevan was a third man. And now
he knows.
He knows, and he knows that Michael Bevan doesn't have a strong arm. But I didn't know. I overestimated Michael Bevan's fielding abilities. But he was running at the danger end. He was looking to come back for the second. I thought that it was a risky run. I told no. Sachin was halfway through, and then ultimately he was run out, and he was furious. And then after the match, he came. The next day again he came and he apologized, and he told that even Ajit was not happy about that.
I have to tell you this, कि ना जो शारजा में जितना मैं तेरे ऊपर चिल्लाया, उससे 5 गुना घर पे मेरा भाई मेरे ऊपर चिल्लाया हुआ है कि why did you do this? You can't be doing this.
And it's the same which happened in Bangalore.
And then
I didn't mind that, because
never
I was in the I was having the best view of what he was doing. In Sharjah especially, the way he demoralized the opposition bowling attack, and that was good bowling attack. One of the best shots I still remember in Sachin's career, in ODI career, was the front foot cover drive or square drive he played of Shane Warne, on the right shot of Shane Warne, and that was not a Pata wicket, it was still gripping a bit, but the way he effortlessly played those shots, down the ground for boundaries, for sixes, it was as if he was playing a tennis ball match. And we were playing an international match, he was playing a tennis ball match in Bandra.
But he said something exactly the opposite to me once about another partnership that you had, and that was Sydney in 2004, when he had taken this Mahavrat, that I will not drive through the offside. And what was he doing at the other end?
Yeah, I think on that tour, Harsha, I was well settled in, and there were 2 or 3 occasions where I went for a big cover drive and I got out. And my brother was talking to me on the phone, and brother said that, no bowler is actually getting you out. Your shot selection is not right. There is no weakness in your technique. So you need to, start thinking differently. And that's when I decided, okay, I'm not going to get out. He threw a challenge to me in that test match that nobody should be able to get you out. I said, okay, I take up this challenge. And I went out to bat, and when I stood there, I said, which shot was getting me out? Cover drive? Okay, I'm going to block that shot. And what happens at the other end? Somebody is completely polishing them off and only dealing with them in boundaries. Our gentleman sitting here was in a different mood altogether. And, as I mentioned earlier also, whether someone is bowling at 80 miles an hour or someone bowling at 90 miles an hour, he negotiates with them as harshly as he can. And he did that day. And I'm like, I have to say that it was the best seat in the stadium. I was standing there at the non-strikers end. I'm saying, jo bhi ho raha hai, hone do. You're not going to play like that.
So he was actually
I was
tempting
just
you.
enjoying his batting. And the beauty about his batting has always been कि ball एक जगह गिरता है, he hits a cover drive, the captain and the bowler thinks, okay, cover का fielder थोड़ा इधर adjust करते हैं. Again the bowler goes and bowls there, he hits a straight drive, mid on को सीधा कर दो. Next ball again from there, mid wicket. और अगर साहब जी थोड़े मूड में अच्छे रहे तो वहाँ का बॉल स्क्वायर लेग के पीछे भी मार देते हैं. So nobody knows where he is going to hit, except Lakshman. And that's the beauty of his batting. You cannot set feel.
He was tempting you to play shots?
नहीं, I had decided कि नहीं करना है, ये नहीं करना है. I would leave it to him because the way he was negotiating with them, I thought it was just incredible. And it hasn't happened once or twice. It has happened on a number of occasions where I have been in that fortunate position to witness all that terrific action taking place. It was truly a joy to watch you, and also the way he made things look so easy when he was playing someone like Vaughan against the spin on the rise. And a normal batter would always think, cannot hit against the spin. And he was hitting the leading bowler in the world against the spin on the rise, which is, it's a God's gift. And however much one can practice for that particular shot, I'm so sure you'll never get it.
Again, very modest. I would just like to the double hundred. Again, I was in the best seat. Different reason. You use the word temptation. That,
You were tempting him.
yeah, I know, but there was nothing like tempting Sachin. And it was just unbelievable exhibition of controlling your instincts. And that everyone goes out with a game plan. And especially when someone is not going through a good patch, which he rightly mentioned, he was getting out in a very freak manner. Melbourne down the leg of Brett Lee at Brisbane. His favorite umpire gives him LBW.
What's his name?
I can't say his
Nobody
name.
knows my favorite umpire. Please take his name. अभी तो ICC कुछ नहीं कर सकती. It's fine. चलो ले लो
The
नाम.
great joy of being retired.
And then we reached Sydney, and he decides that he's not going to play the cover drive. So everyone goes with a game plan. But as you get back the rhythm, as you get back the touch, as you start middling the ball, suddenly you forget about the game plan and you just react to the ball which is coming your way. But during that entire double 100 innings, not even once, even when Simon Catich was bowling, was a part-timer, Damien Martin was bowling, not even one shot went through the cover region. And I give that example to a lot of youngsters is when the great Tendulkar can control his instincts, when the great Tendulkar can make sure that one shot from his repertoire is out of the box, is out of the way, anyone, can achieve that, but there's a mistake there. Not everyone can achieve that, because to have that control over his instincts And even after you get 100, even after you get a double 100, because when we get 100, when you reach a milestone, you get carried away, you get satisfied. But that day, he didn't get satisfied at all. It was a great exhibition of great determination and control over instincts.
What was it with you and Australia? Because you can't ask for two more different kinds of people. One set of people coming hard, telling you what they think of you, and there you are listening to the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. It's a funny combination, and yet you hit it off with them, you scored a lot of runs against them, so every time they sledged you, did you recite a shloka to them?
देखिए 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita ये बताता है कि if someone is abusing you, if someone is abusing you or someone is praising you, you have to be equanimous. So even if Australians were sledging, you have to be equanimous. You can't react to that. But on a senior's note, actually Australians never sledged me, not much.
Nobody actually sledged him.
Australians did sledge me, and I think they were smart enough to know that I would not get affected by sledging. But I think
Or
their
is it
aggression.
Is it that they didn't sledge because they didn't recognize the language you were responding to them?
You mean the slokas? I think, see, the best came against Australians because of the way they approached the game. You know, we all know that they're very competitive, very aggressive. And I think that got the best out of me. Not only me, I think it was the entire Indian team. If you see during that period, Australians were the best in the world. There was no doubt about that. You know, whether in the batting department, in the bowling department, they could go and win matches not only in Australia but anywhere in the world. But if any team challenged them, apart from the 2005 Ashes series where England won in England, I think it was the Indian team. You know, whether in India or whether in Australia, we always challenged them. You know, and somehow our game went to the next level whenever we played against
And I
Australians.
still remember we were actually counting the number of test matches that we played against them in India and in Australia, and both put together, I thought Indian team came the closest to have competed really hard.
There's an excellent part of the book, and you must read that part, as you will the entire book, that talks about the vulnerability of world-class athletes. You're playing at the highest level. Everyone thinks, wow, these guys are made of something else. And you had a back issue, and you had to go to Germany, and you couldn't get an appointment. And Sachin got you the appointment. You mentioned your side of the story in the book. I'd like to hear his side of the story about how you managed to sneak into the experts' room to get an appointment.
You can tell.
No, we were there for almost 2 days, and then the doctor was refusing to meet Lakshman. And I wasn't even sure whether the secretary was informing the doctor or not. So I told him,
Hang on. This needs some explanation. It's people like us who sit outside the doctor looking ke wo chitti andar gayi ke nahi. You know, as he told the doctor, you guys were sitting outside thinking chitti andar gayi ke nahi.
we actually waited for God knows for how long, number of
Sachin
hours.
was patient, especially the first day.
First day?
Yeah, the first day of the treatment. I didn't have an appointment. He had an appointment, and he waited almost 2.5 hours to 3 hours to get the doctor's.
What about 100 in that much time?
So it didn't happen for 2-3 days. Actually, didn't happen. And finally, I told him, "यार लच्ची ये बहुत हो गया. अपना थोड़ा दिमाग use करते हैं." So I went
अपना
inside.
नहीं, मेरा दिमाग यूज करो.
So I went inside and I said कि मैं डॉक्टर को जाके बोलूँगा, थोड़ा इमोशनली थोड़ा ये करूँगा, फिर डॉक्टर मेल्ट होने के बाद मिलेगा तेरे को. And it actually happened that way because the doctor was unaware of all these things. And I told the doctor that, I've got a friend of mine. And I knew the doctor a little bit, so I told him that, he's a very good, very dear friend of mine and his career is at stake. You have to save his career and he's come all the way from India to meet you. So he said, okay, fine, you bring him in. So I sneaked him in because the secretary was stopping us. So I sneaked him in. I said, तू आ जा, वो secretary आने के पहले आ जा. बाद में अगर गाली देनी है तो गाली सुन लेंगे, मगर तू आ जा पहले.
Two
So
guys
that is
with
what we
60,
did.
70 runs and many thousands of runs are trying to chakma a receptionist to go and meet the doctor.
That secretary of the doctor is very strict. Nitin, our physio, tried his best to get an
Nitin's
appointment.
there. I saw
Nitin
Nitin,
is
yeah.
here. He tried his best to get his appointment. And in fact, who suggested me to go there? The great Ashish Nehra. Because it was Ashish who got in touch.
Is it true that Ashish knows every doctor of every bone on the planet?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So Ashish told me because he had a problem with his pelvis. And there was, he went all over the world, to South Africa, to England. And Ashish told that this doctor, Hans Mueller, actually his treatment helped him. So he suggested to us, and Nitin got in touch with the secretary, and the secretary told that the appointment she had for me was in January, and this we are talking about in October. And even Sachin was struggling with his knee, and then Sachin, through his good offices, you know.
No, I just told the doctor I'm a friend of Ashish Mehra.
वो भी काम करेगा actually. And then Sachin got the appointment, you know, and I still can't forget that. It was almost 9:30 in the night, and Sachin rang me because I knew that I didn't have the appointment. You know, my appointment was in January, and I was struggling. You know, this was after the Australia Test Series and before the New Zealand Test Series about to start in 2010. And Sachin, through his Adidas contact, got that appointment in Munich. And Sachin told, see, I got to know from Nitin, he was not aware of that. I got to know from Nitin that you were also trying to get an appointment, but you didn't get an appointment. I can tolerate the pain. You know, at the moment, it's not something which is hampering my game, but I know how much you're struggling because that was after the Mohali Test match in 2010. And then Sachin told, I think it's important for you to go. And I was telling to Sachin, saying, Sachin, see, you got the appointment. I know you also require that World Cup coming up in 2011, so it's very important for you to be fit for that World Cup. And he tried to convince me, as always, Sachin, you know, in his own way, always tries to convince me. And it was almost 20-25 minutes he was trying to convince me. And then he put Anjali on the phone, on the line, and Anjali tried to convince me. And then Sachin told, enough of this, we'll do one thing. You come with me, even though you don't have an appointment, you come with me, we will go and we'll see what will happen. So we landed up there. First day, Sachin had to almost wait for 2.5 hours. And that was not like a clinic, that was like a museum. Beautiful, you know, it was beautiful place in Munich, in the Munich city center. And then first day, he tried to explain to the receptionist, to the secretary, and she was furious. She was furious on me, she was furious on Nitin, she was furious, how did I land up in that clinic? First place, very, very strict, you know, and the doctor didn't know. Doctor, all he was doing was going from one room to the other room, giving injections and going to the next room. He was not even aware of what was happening. And then the first day, nothing happened. The second day, nothing happened. And third day, Sachin got a wine bottle. He got a wine bottle for the receptionist, for the secretary. See, my friend is struggling. It's very important for him to. And he tried to explain. The receptionist wouldn't listen a bit. And then on the fourth day, he told me when he was going to the...
It's like a test match now, huh?
Yeah, it is. It is a test match, you know, and we're hanging in there. We don't know when the tide will turn and when it will be in our favor. And on the fourth day, so Sachin was going 3 days, he was going, and I was accompanying him to his treatment, trying to take a chance. And on the fourth day, all Sachin did, because Sachin is something, you know, he studies the body language of people very well. You know, and he knows, yes, scheme kaisa rakhna hai abhi. So he told, kaam karenge Rachi, you come there. So the moment I'm going to the doctor's cabin, you come with me and you just stand in front of the doctor. Because the secretary will not know, because she had her own cabin. So all I did was just follow Sachin, and the moment the doctor comes out, Sachin says, Doc, this is my friend Lakshman. And Doc couldn't do anything. Doctor, yeah, please, Lakshman, please go into that cabin. And the secretary was furious. And luckily, again, that was again a very important treatment for me, because when he saw my MRI and when he saw my spinal canal and all this stuff, he told that if my treatment doesn't work for you, then I think it's important for you to stop playing the game of cricket. And I was in tears. I told, see, my life is very important. It's not, I played enough 2010. I played a lot of test matches. Because he told the way I was struggling with my back and the back spasm, which was coming very frequently, if I didn't take care of it, because I had a deformity in my facet joint. That's what he told. No one else diagnosed that, you know. So he told that if you don't take care of this and you continue to do this, you can actually get paralyzed in your legs. So it's very important for you to recognize and realize that if my treatment doesn't work. And we didn't know what treatment. You know, all he was doing was we were flat on our stomach and he was going on giving injections. We didn't know how many injections. The first day, actually, I blacked out totally. I didn't even know what was happening. And then Anjali came. You know, from there, Sachin was going to, I think, England, and from there, he had a busy schedule, you know, and Anjali came into the treatment room where Sachin was getting injected, and then Anjali told us, Yaar, kaisa yaar, how do you all manage to take such long, big injections? Till that time, we didn't even know that.
I counted the number of injections, at least that I took. I think they were around 55 or so.
55?
Yeah, every day.
For you?
Same with me. So that was his treatment. So only Ashish will know what was there in that injection. मेरे को अभी तक पता नहीं है वो injection के अंदर क्या था. All I wanted was, please, I want to recover and I want to go and play the test match. And even there, I still remember because Sachin was going to England, and from there he was going to for the JP function near Hong Kong. And then he was coming to Bombay and straight away into the Ahmedabad test match. And Sachin was restless. The reason he was restless is he was not eating the cricket ball. All he was thinking, yaar, mera itna commitment hai, how do I come and straight away get into the Ahmedabad test match? He was so restless. But thanks to Sachin, that treatment really helped me, and it prolonged my career by another 2 years.
So which VVS did you enjoy watching the most? Did you enjoy watching the 167, the 281, the 148 kind of VVS? Or did you enjoy the Mohali, Ahmedabad, Durban, that kind of VVS who was playing with the tailenders, getting Ashish Nehra to score runs, Zahir Khan to score runs?
It depends where I was standing. If I was at the non-strikers end, the first half, what you mentioned, Sydney was really, truly a joy to watch him. But then there were a number of occasions where VVS ended up batting with आशीष बोलो ना tailenders.
आशीष गुस्से में आ जाएगा.
नहीं
आशीष
आशीष के बाद वाले प्लेयरों के साथ बैटिंग कर रहा था. आशीष doesn't like tailender वगैरह थोड़ा संभल के all rounder.
Lower order batsman. Lower order batsman.
So Mohali was one of those crucial knocks that I've seen. वहाँ पे every run mattered, every ball, not just that he faced mattered, but the other guy also. Yeah, he was there. Then Durban was a critical knock. Those runs really mattered, and we put the pressure on South Africans there. We won that test match, and in fact, I don't know. I think हमारा conversation हो रहा था match के पहले when it was drizzling, and they were not covering the surface, and we were just discussing that drizzle हो रही है और cover नहीं ला रहे. I said ऊपर वाला देख रहा है कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा देखना, and we ended up winning that match. But we ended up winning that match because somebody played unbelievably well.
So because Sachin shouted at you for refusing a single, did you then say, now it's my turn to shout, and you shouted at poor Pragyan?
Yeah, बेचारा प्रज्ञान को क्यों लेकर आ रहे थे?
No. The only reason everybody remembers it is almost like you suddenly standing up and abusing her. You don't expect that to happen.
Yeah, I think that was the only time probably.
Poor Pragyan, I met him in Hyderabad. He said, please don't bring it up again.
Yeah, in the open I was emotional. Again, I was enduring the pain. It was severe pain. And in fact, I was not even capable of standing. For those days, during those days, and still went out and batted. And again, when you're playing at the highest level, and you got an opportunity to do something special for your country, you endured that pain. And it was more sort of pain which I was not able to just control the emotions because of that, and also probably I took it for granted that it was Oja, who I knew since childhood. But it was important for us. Yeah, it was important for us to not lose an opportunity there, because you came so far. And I just didn't want Oja to face Mitchell Johnson because he was in excellent rhythm, and it was just a matter of 10 runs, and you came so far, and if you lose the match from there, all the hard work, especially the way Ishant Sharma played at that time. So I just wanted to keep the strike.
It's like Saurav's Lord's moment. It'll always be remembered. I've got one last memory for you. How did you come to terms with the fact that he's got to go into bat next, but he's having a shower? He's having a shower. Sorry, I've got to have a shower. I want to go out to bat clean.
It wasn't his fault.
Thanks, Sach. Thank you.
No, it wasn't his fault. It was the fourth umpire's fault. So this was in Cape Town, and I was off the field, and then I again went back on the field, and the South Africans declared. And I specifically asked the umpire, I'm okay to bat at number 4, right? And he goes, yeah, you're fine. He looked at his watch and he said, yeah, you're okay to go at number 4. So I went up, I padded up and all that, and I was happily, waiting in the dressing room just to kind of, mentally get ready. And the first over, I think Sehwag got out, Viru got out, and simultaneously, the fourth umpire walked inside the dressing room saying that you cannot bat for 11 minutes. And that's when, we all started panicking. Well, Lakshman ko bulane lage, Lachi kidhar hai tu, and all that. Lachi was in the shower, his normal routine, shower, and then ek baar shower lene ke baad, he would sit calmly and finish his apple. बाद में वो pad up करना शुरू करेगा. You ask anyone, Lakshman, shower, face wash भी होता था उसके. Yes, uske kit bag mein. And then suddenly we realized that, the only player who can go out is Dada. Dada was in his shorts. Aram se. So, Dada ko we started saying, Dada, start getting ready. Arey, wo Lachi ko bol andar. Lachi is having shower. He cannot come out. तो फिर भी बोल उसको, तू आजा करके उसको हम, I took him inside. And then we got him to change quickly. And Dada was, his nickname was Maharaja. We still call him Maharaja. So Dada was actually standing like this. एक तरफ से मैं पैड बांध रहा हूँ, दूसरे तरफ से कोई और पैड बांधा है दादा का. And while all this thing was happening, Dada was so used to batting, at his own number. Dada said, "अरे लच्ची तू बाहर आ जा यार." I said, "लच्ची नहीं आ सकता, तेरे को ही जाना पड़ेगा." And eventually we actually ended up losing a wicket, and Dada had to go out. तो उसमें Dada was, all not in the frame of mind to go because suddenly asked to pad up. Dada walks out to bat with 2 right-handed gloves. अरे मेरे gloves दे, तेरे हाथ में तो gloves है. नहीं दोनों right hand के. So then we passing him the left-handed glove and yet forgotten bat, helmet, everything. I mean,
but I find it an amazing story because right, all this is happening. The star of this
Lakshman
evening.
was that time still in the bathroom. He was still in the bathroom.
Exaggerate कर रहा है अभी.
So मैं नहीं आ सकता बाहर अभी.
Yeah, that
The
was
bath
the
was over, but face wash was left.
No. So apple was left. But see, it was the fourth umpire's mistake.
Got an apple? Okay.
Arsha wants some energy now. Yeah, it was the fourth umpire's mistake. So the routine was the moment the first wicket fell, I used to go and have a quick shower. Quick shower, okay? So that, so number 4 would
Like
be...
a quick single.
Yeah. So that means, what are you trying to tell? I never took quick singles.
No, I'm not saying.
Yeah, so that was the norm, and I still remember I was taking the shower and I didn't know that the fourth umpire actually came and told Sachin because the moment Viru was out, I was in my shower. And then Bajji came. And Bajji told, Lakshman, you have to go for batting. Batting ko jana hai, batting ko jana hai. I said, Bajji, masti mat kar, yaar. Test match chal raha hai. Because Bajji is a prankster, so you thought, Bajji, yaar, masti mat kar. And I've almost finished the shower, and that's when Sachin came. And he told that, no, you have to go out to bat now because this is what has happened. And then I realized the seriousness of the entire issue. And then I come out, and they're trying to, and Saurav was looking for his T-shirt, where it is, and all that. But ultimately, Saurav went out to bat. And I think he got...
Saurav got runs actually.
Yeah,
Saurav
got
went
runs.
there and he got runs.
Yeah, got runs. And while all this is happening, because Wasim Jafar was out the same over or the next over, and all this happening, the skipper Rahul Dravid was out there in the middle, didn't know what was happening, and he almost had to wait for 8 to 10 minutes when all this was happening, and ultimately, because it was the umpire's mistake, I was not timed out.
No, and also I think, if I'm not mistaken, the commentators ended up saying that Sachin should be timed out.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what was happening.
Shailaja, does he still have long showers like this? That you're getting late to go somewhere, but he hasn't got his apple yet. Do you always keep apples outside the bathroom in the house? No, but does he have long showers still? I'm going to ask you lots of other stuff though, but he still does?
Yeah, 6 feet 1 inch well. What do you think?
The one thing that stands out to me is the warmth in this conversation. And as someone who was watching this fabulous set of players from 100 meters away, you could see the warmth on the field and off it. And that is why when I had a chat with Sachin, he said, I'm going to tell 1, 2, 3, 4 stories because they are about Lakshman. And I'm sure all of you have enjoyed this as well. So thank you very much, Sachin. Thank you very much, Lakshman. And then, Sachin, can you do the honors this evening, please? That was wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, two fine cricketers, two outstanding human beings, and two great friends.